Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. I have with me Adrian-Victor Vevera from ICI. You can tell me what the actual pronunciation is. ICI is a very, very interesting government institution that has been daring greatly in very different areas. And Adrian himself has been through a lot of career steps to get here. We'll let him explain this to us and kind of what led him to this position he's in, what he's doing with ICI. But first of all, welcome Adrian Vevera. Pleasure to have you on in this conversation. How are you doing?
Thank you, Lucas. ICI is a very good pronunciation. You are very good. Yes, I'm a pleasure to be here together with you and of course with your viewers. And ICI is a National Institute for Research and Development in IT&C from Romania. It's an old entity, 55 years already now. And it's under Romanian government coordination, but in the same time it's a self-funding entity. We are in a market like all other private company, and we are part in IT&C, IT and communication. We are present with project with AI, with blockchain, with distributed technology, and here we have a very good cooperation with MultiversX from Romania. We are part in training skills center we have here, but in the same time we have a cyber diplomacy center. We have a security operational center. We cover a lot of this area in sector of IT&C. Mm-hmm. And of course, the main objective is part of research in this area. But in the same time, we give our advice and put our expertise to empower the government when he takes some decision.
Yeah. So before we get into ICI and what you guys are doing, I also want to kind of highlight your own career path and kind of what led you here, right? You come from national security, digital health. You've worked with the Internet of Things. You've gone through a whole career path, exploring different things that had to do, I think, with technology largely. But talk a little bit about your career, maybe your education path, and then how you ended up sort of with the ICI and specifically working with this crazy new technology that is blockchain.
It's mandatory now in this time to work with new technology. And okay, starting with my path, you already tell I'm coming from the area of national security. I was a Prime Minister advisor for national security. I work in Parliament in our Commission for National Security. I was in the same time, and I cover all the power area from Romania, starting with presidential administration, government, parliament, in this area. And now you cannot discuss about national security if you not discuss about technology. If we saw just in part of war in Ukraine, you saw it's a mixed between very old techniques and weapons, but in the same time very new weapons and new technology. It's undesirable to put development of the all entity, private, public, civil and military, without technology. And was a normal step for me, starting with along 12 years ago already, to be in the team of ICI and developed this technology like an advisor, ICA, for the government in new technology. And of course, starting with 2016, we already developing in National Institute first blockchain European Center for Excellence, and after a laboratory of blockchain. And now we have first marketplace, institutional marketplace for NFT. We have a lot of collection with NFT, but in the same time we develop technology like blockchain in part of cryptography, part of become very interesting skills for who are in part of communication, using technology, blockchain technology in communication, in safe communication. And National Institute for Research in Romania was the first node for European blockchain network. And in this position, we start and work now to implement in Romania the project using blockchain to give like authorization to digital diploma for students. Was a normal and very straight line going from national security to part of new technology.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting thing that perhaps we don't talk about enough, right? Like this connection between, security and national security, and then blockchain technology. This is just one of the things that's sort of mandatory for anybody working in the field to look at. It's just a natural thing. So I think that's very illuminating. Maybe then, what was your first sort of contact that you had with blockchain technology? How quickly were you like, okay, this is something interesting? What year was this that we need to look at? One, maybe out of personal interest, because cryptography and coming from your background, this must be interesting. But then also making this usable and accessible for governments, institutions, but then also users and other people.
At ICI, we first engagement with blockchain technology in an institutional way in 2016 with the European Center of Excellence blockchain. But my personally touch with blockchain was maybe 3 or 5 years ago, when start first time Bitcoin, and was like something very exotic, something new. Oh, it's a new technology. But if you know technology, blockchain technology, it's very big. You can use everywhere. People, when you tell about blockchain, things just about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is just maybe 5% what you can do with blockchain technology. And yes, year by year become more present in our life, become more present in application, and now if you can put together AI with blockchain, you have a very strong weapon, not just for the war. It's a weapon to develop part of research. It's a weapon develop part of safe communication. It's a weapon develop what we do together with our partner from Multiverse, using this new digital world to have like on NFT. And now if we take the words from European Union, from MiCA, it's not cryptocurrency, it's crypto active, it's not NFT, it's crypto asset. And if you look at the United States new policy in part of using crypto and blockchain in all the sector of activity, you understand it's very important to be in this ecosystem, And for us, it was very important to become part of ecosystem. And we start first time with Aileron because 5 years ago, MultiversX was Aileron. And we become part of this ecosystem, and we learn a lot from people who are living day by day in ecosystem and create a business in part of ecosystem with using blockchain. And with our experience, we try to move and to explain in a governmental area to public institution how we can use new technology, this distributed technology like blockchain, in management of project, in management of document, using for cryptography, using for safe communication. This is we manage this role to be like a bridge between government, public, and private blockchain ecosystem.
Let's talk about that, because this is very interesting, of course, for us in particular, now MultiversX and Elrond, understanding how this collaboration really came about. Of course, so you were saying 2016 was kind of the year that the institution ICI kind of started looking at blockchain and how that works. You then became interested as well. And then, Elrond being there, a Romanian company, and a foundation as well. So there is this like nonprofit. There's also the for-profit labs arm. How was it important that this was a Romanian company? Was that just a nice to have? And then what were you looking at in these first steps of the collaboration to kind of explore? What was the first kind of things you wanted to do? Or was it just a strong partnership where you were like, this is a technology we certainly need to look at. Here's a very strong local partner that we can work with, and now let's see where we can take this. What were the beginnings and thoughts that went into this collaboration?
Now, when we start to explore the potential for this new technology, blockchain, will become normal to find a partner in this private ecosystem, because if you come from public, from governmental area, you are not so not open. You are not so free to move in the new development of part of research. And for us, was very important to find a partner, to find a friend, to find a partnership in finally. And we know about Elrond, and for us was natural because Elrond was a Romanian company, and we start with idea to create a very good expertise, very good point of expertise in this area, but Romanian. And I tell you, was naturally to go to Elrond and to start this cooperation, because Elrond was a Romanian company based and found here in Romania, in Sibiu, and they have a very good name in the market. This is the first step. And after word by word, discussion by discussion, we identify a lot of projects we can develop together. Was interest from Elrond, MultiversX at this time to explore cooperation with governmental area, and for us was easy because we are part of governmental area, but we are self-funding, and for us it's easy to be free to have partnership with private or public entity from local and from abroad. And it was very easy to start this cooperation. We start more like 6 years ago, this cooperation, 7. It's already 7 this year. And we think it's a long-term collaboration, because if somebody if something work good, you can go further.
Yeah, and I think these public-private partnerships are extremely interesting. Of course, the institutional foray into this technology is extremely interesting. Let's talk about, let's say the first project that Elrond back in the day and ICI did together, which, you have this partnership 7 years ago. So this is before Elrond was even on mainnet. Already these things were being explored. Then I assume there is a process, right? Like you don't just go and say, hey, we have this partnership with this cool tech company, let's just do something, because this is the government and there's a lot of steps you need to go through to really get this partnership to life. Maybe give us a little bit of background of how easy or difficult it was to go and get the, permission or the approval from other maybe government bodies, or what does the process look like to get a private-public partnership like this with a technology that might seem strange to some regulators or whatever, to actually get the first thing done?
For us was easy because we don't have we have opportunity to have partnership without another approval, because we are independent from this part, and in area of research and partnership and research, we are totally independent, and was not easy. First time together with Elrond for us was lesson to understand this ecosystem. We start with an idea to create a marketplace, institutional marketplace, because we want to put a new tools to governmental area to promote in this part of digital national symbol, imagine data, start step by step, and after to become part of day by day usually work using this technology, blockchain. And first step from our side was to understand the ecosystem, and after building together with MultiversX Elrond at this time a marketplace using the bridge with Elrond network, and open this marketplace to public institution. And the first big project was to launch in 3 years ago first collection on NFT from state entity body like Comitetul Olimpic și Sportiv Român. It's Olympic Committee for Sports, Romanian Committee for Sports, with Library University, Rom Filatelia, ICI, of course. And after we extend this AGERPRES, its national press agency, we extend this collection to more and more public entity, but at the same time to private entity. Are become interested to be part in this area. In this time we developed the museum of NFT, and people want to have a way to have a connection with young people, because when we go first time to a meeting with blockchain ecosystem, was a meeting with Elrond, was in Cluj-Napoca, with people part in Elrond network, and me and my team was oldest in the room. People are under 20, 22, and maybe 10% are under 30, 35. And of course, me and my team, we are more like 45 to 55.
Yeah.
And this is the first shock to understand, because are young people, but these young people have enough money to be to be a good investor in part of crypto, and think total different about this. And from governmental side, a lot of people understand it's a new way to touch young people, and these young people are not touchable with classic way, with the news, with television, with press, with everything. But if you use this channel in part of blockchain and part of the digital world, you can touch these young people. This is our first idea and our first objective to have in relation with blockchain ecosystem.
Yeah, I think that's such an interesting aspect that I hadn't even thought about. Like, the government, of course, needs to think about ways to stay relevant, not in a superficial way, but really like go to where the next generation of engaged young political persons and people that care about the history of the nation, etc., are. And so, of course, connecting through them, through a technology with them that they find relevant is extremely relevant for governmental entities, right? So that's an extremely interesting aspect, I think. Let's talk about the initiatives real quick, because you mentioned them. First, you have this marketplace, right? Like, and this is still sort of the main collaboration, a marketplace where the ICI releases several different collections. One is ongoing. I really want to talk about that. The first one, where there's these, let's say, one-offs that are like historical figures from Romanian sports with the Olympic Committee. So we had your brilliant swimmer. I think there's 5 unique NFTs there. Some of them went for as much as, I think, 100 EGLD or tens of thousands at the time. Then the second one that I really want to talk about, maybe you can elaborate a little bit on this. You mentioned AGERPRES, which is what kind of collection? Give us a little bit of background and the idea of this collection.
Yes, when we start, we choose first collection, some very relevant entity from the state part to promote what I tell, national symbol. And Olympic Committee for Sport, Romanian Olympic Committee for Sport, start with David Popovic NFT. David Popovic was the youngest Olympic and Mondial Championship in swim. And after we have this collection with all the sports and all the medal, because was from 2000 was 100 years from the first Olympic medal take from Romania in Paris 100 ago. Mm-hmm. There was the Olympic Games in Paris last 2 years ago. And after we go into AGERPRES, AGERPRES is national press agency from Romania, and they have a collection because it's an old entity, 133 years, and they have in photo more like 4 and 4.5 million images, starting with 130 years ago, and the last are now, but every day you have more and more. And Biblioteca Centrală Universitară, University Library, it's a old entity. This entity was founded by Carol I, one of the
a while ago too.
Yes, one of the first king of Romania, long time ago. And we think we can put this pieces of history, because with sport, you have a moment, pieces of history. With AGERPRES, you have pieces of history, and with Biblioteca Centrală Universitară is the same. The collection from Biblioteca Centrală Universitară, National University Library, was part with very old and very rare manuscript. We want to put this in a way to become easy to take by young people. You don't saw now young people going in library because they have a smartphone and it's okay going to Google, to Bing, to everywhere, or ask to ChatGPT or put a short video on TikTok. But maybe 1 or 2% going in a library now to sub. But this is a very, very interesting place. And the same with AGERPRES. You don't saw young people reading news from paper, news from television. They're using BuzzFeed from network, social network, and they take everything from the internet. And we think we can find the path between this value from the past, but it's not just from the past, to young people. This is a reason we choose together with Comitetul Olimpic și Sportiv Român David Popovici, because he was young, 18 years old when we make the NFT, and he can become like a symbol for the young generation using this technology, because it's the same, it's a young people use technology, David Popovici, and put in connection with this historical value.
So a different question, like when you approach the Olympic Committee or AGERPRES or these partners that you then presumably go to, is like, hey, we have this idea, and now you guys are the people being like, hey, we have this cool technology, it's called blockchain, and they're like, what is that? How does that kind of work?
No, everybody was very open to use this, because understand, young people are not in the classic way to touchable, and they want to touch with new technology. It was difficult for this state entity to find the way to put in their accounting part of compensation for value for this NFT. But to promote, create the collection, to take this new technology and using for this was very open everywhere when we discuss, and we have discussion not just with this first entity, with first collection. We discuss with ministry, we discuss with authorization, we discuss with local authority, we discuss with everybody, and everybody accept and want to help us and want to be part in this new way to promote symbols. We discuss with local county like near Bucharest, it's Prahova, it's a county, and we explain we can promote, you are part of tourism using this, because you can put in the marketplace and people it's just one buyer first time, but a lot of people can sell what you have in this area and become like a new, very interesting touristic point.
Yeah, that's also interesting. I want to just touch on this because you mentioned it, and I think it's a very interesting specific problem, the accounting problem. If you do these transactions in a cryptocurrency or on the blockchain. Like, what were the issues or the challenges kind of integrating that new way of selling things and interacting? And how did you then solve this on the very mundane and kind of uninteresting, but funny that this is obviously a problem on the accounting side with this?
When we start with first collection, and first collection was first selling of NFT in beneficial for state entity, was not very clear in our law how you can put what you take, like money, and when you make the exchange from crypto to fiat in your accounting, because become like a revenue for you.
Right.
But starting with 4 years ago, we become, by order of our Prime Minister, leader of the commission who promote updating for the law about NFT and part of blockchain. And starting with 4 years ago, now we have in our law, it's very clear, if you have some revenue from this area, part of blockchain, what you must pay to the state, what is your part, what is your obligation, become very clear.
Is ICI a crypto holder, an EGLD holder, or do you have to sell it right away to make it easier for the account?
No, we don't become a holder because we manage the marketplace, and from this position we don't become a holder, to be very equidistant for everybody, for the buyer, for the seller.
Yeah, also an interesting aspect there if you want to hold like such a volatile asset as an entity. So you already mentioned this, and I think it's a very, very interesting next step. You mentioned something like certificates, blockchain certificates for education. You just mentioned counties are looking into it, or you're looking into it with counties. Perhaps there's like deeds and other property things that could be on chain, or just more touristy things. Like, what are some other things you guys are looking into? And then we'll cross the borders from Romania to a very interesting project that you guys initiated. But first, Romania.
We start with digital twin for diploma in area of education, and it's a European project to use blockchain to become easy when you go in another state. You have a digital copy of your diploma, but it's already approved. It's not necessary to go to take a legalization. It's not necessary to make a translation, because it's already in this digital way, and it's recognized by everybody. And starting from this, we develop a lot of another project using blockchain technology. And one of these, it's very interesting. It's named Multiverse. It's a digital vault, and you can put in this digital vault, and using blockchain technology, you can put paper, digital copy, of course, documents, password, everything you want to put like in a vault, in a physical vault. But in the same time, you have for every opening and using the vault like certified hour, and it's very easy to use this in commercial relationship, in justice, in relation with everybody.
Yeah, I mean that's such a great use case as well, and it's so amazing that you guys just dare to explore these things and are such leaders in that. And now this is also remarkable, I think, this next step, because doing these things, let's say in Romania, maybe that's easy, so to speak, right? Like you have the connections and you have the relevance, you have, what you need. You said you can act fairly independently, but with this new project, with a museum in Belgrade, namely the Nicolae Tesla Museum, now you're crossing borders to Serbia, and you have to maybe convince a whole different set of people in a different language with a different relationship to this technology to use this. So let's quickly sort of recap. What is this collaboration about? How did it come to be? And what were maybe the difficulties of going outside of Romania with this technology and with these ideas?
People from Nikola Tesla Museum from Belgrade already knows about our initiative. And when we meet, was a discussion, because Nikola Tesla was an iconic figure in part of scientific world, and it's a part of new technology if you compare with 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And when we start the discussion, was a very interesting point of people from Nikola Tesla Museum, because in the same time the management from Nikola Tesla Museum from Belgrade, it's part of central management for organization for World Museum, and they want to start like a pilot project with Nikola Tesla Museum, and this we can put in the market for all the museums from all the world, to become a way to young people using NFT, using blockchain technology. And it's easy to be part in an experience like visiting museum of Tesla Museum. And we work with a lot of partners from European Union and in the rest of the world. Because we are part in a lot of projects in part of research. European project, NATO project, and international project. We have experience to deal with people and entity from all over the world. And with Nikola Tesla was the first step outside from Romania. Was the first entity using our marketplace to create and to promote and sell a collection. And was a success.
Yeah, so tell us about this collection in particular. So the Nicolae Tesla Museum, by the way, great museum. I've been there, I think 7 years ago. It was really fantastic. Great house, great artifacts, great curation there. And now I was super excited seeing it. It was like, oh, I've actually been to this museum, and now there's a way to explore this, not just in this thing that we see a bit, I think, where museums are trying to just put their collection online. It's like explore a collection online, but here we have an opportunity to really have a deeper connection with these artifacts by owning a digital twin of it. So tell us a little bit more about this particular collection.
Yeah, Tesla is more like a scientific. He's a global symbol of innovation, and
some big companies.
Yes, preserving his work on chain was symbolic for us too. It showed that Romania can help carry forward universal legacy into the digital native area, where young people expect to access history with a single click. And for today's generation, especially digital native, the young people, what we discuss starting this interview, this collection has an additional meaning. They are used to accessing everything with a single click, whatever it's music, movies, or knowledge. And by putting Tesla archives online, and we start with this artifact. You was physical and visit as a museum. We made sure his legacy met with than where they are in a digital world, what demands authenticity and flexibility. And this combination, honoring the past, innovation in the present, and empowering the future. It's what made this collection so special for us at DG. It wasn't just about preserving Tesla genius, it was about showing what it means to bridge history and the digital native area. What we discuss, we want to give access for young people. They use just new technology, they use just smartphone or a tablet. We want to give access to all this value coming from the past, but are very present and are very value for us and for everybody.
Yeah, and I think so. Going from there, are there any collections, like other museums you are talking to, or other institutions that are international that have now taken note? It sounded, and I'm not sure if this is accurate, like the Tesla Museum approached you actually after seeing that you had the marketplace. Are there other institutions from different countries that you're looking to collaborate with? And you mentioned Tesla is just a part of this International Association of Museums. Are there, if this is the pioneer project, are you already working on the next collections with some other museums in different countries?
We start with Tesla. I tell you, it was a pilot, and the management from Tesla, it's part of World Organization for Museum. We discuss, and they already prepare a list with new museum, and we want to choose what it's very interesting for these young people. But we don't start to create a new collection because we work very hardly to create, and was launched 2 weeks ago, a collection with BIAS. BIAS is Bucharest International Air Show, was already finished now, was become between 29 and 30 in Bucharest, and was the first time an air show have a collection. We started the collection with 15 years ago, when he started in 2006 in Bucharest, and now we work to prepare and launch the collection with BIAS 2025, because was a huge interest for this collection. What we put in marketplace, and was VIP and Stratosphere, was two line selling 20 minutes.
Yeah. And those were also like connected to experiences, is that correct? Like if you bought one of these NFTs, you got a meet and greet with the pilots of the air show and things like that. So even bridging this gap to having this digital collectible that now holds real value in the real world by buying you access or giving you access to these real life experiences, which I think is a great way of tying it back into real world benefit.
And we want to extend the experience for that kind of events. We discuss with organizer of BIAS to have like an invitation using NFT for the next edition, possibility to sell like a piece of history, and but a piece of history full by adrenaline. If you have an NFT with Phantom, with Tornado, with F-16, with a lot of experience during the BIAS. And we extend now what we start in discussion with Committee of Olympic Sportiv Român. It's to have a collection with legendary figure of the people, like a championship. And we want to have something the same with legendary figure of Romanian aviation, and of course going forward with mondial aviation. Global aviation.
Yeah, very interesting. So going a little bit, into the future and how you want to use this technology further. You have these institutional international partners now, like the Tesla Museum and the Museum Association, the International Museum Association. You have all of these great national initiatives, be it from the press, be it with the Olympic Committee, being with air shows and other events that have some historical significance and sort of tell the history of the country. And we already mentioned this, it's like the educational and certificates and things like that, tourism that you think can be enhanced and bring in a new generation of people, or bring back the young generation into this process, which in some ways always inherently almost a political process, right? Caring about heritage, culture, and all of these things really means engaging with your country or your history or these things in ways that hopefully educates young people on the political process even. So what are some things that you're thinking about the future? Are there any crazy plans that you have for the next months or years, and where are you looking at taking this technology to bring young people into history or the political process and things like that?
It's not so crazy plans, but we already have like a pilot. We're using NFT collection in our marketplace for crowdfunding for NGO. It's an NGO against the violence against women, and was a success. And we want to extend this to create like a partnership, public-private partnership between local entity and private entity from abroad, from a local area in neighborhood, and the local entity promote a project like a new park for the child, and monument or something like this. Have a collection for this, and they put the place and they put a part of money to solve this project, and the rest coming from this crowdfunding, like selling NFT. And if you are born in this small city, but now you are living and you are abroad, but you want to help your community, you can buy this NFT for a project developed in your born city. This is it's not crazy. It's very It's very easy to do.
It's very easy to do, but nobody is doing it.
Technical is very easy to do.
This is what I mean, and this is why I'm so impressed with you and what you guys are doing. It's really like these use cases are out there, and this innovation is out there. It's just very, very few institutional players are daring to tap into this. You mentioned like the banal accounting problem, but that can be solved. All of these things can be solved, and really great ways of interacting with the public can be unlocked in very meaningful ways, be it crowdfunding for great public initiatives, for public parks, for all of these things that really bring in a new generation, like you were saying, into this process of participating as a citizen for the benefit of all. And I think that's something you guys do exceptionally well, and that's super exciting in many ways. So yeah, I want to thank you so much for having this conversation. Maybe as a last thought, like in the future, and you mentioned a number of ways where blockchain technology is now accessible to many people, many more people, many young people, but perhaps also now bringing in an older generation back with some new initiatives that speak to different demographics. How do you see this intersection of technology and institutions, and specifically blockchain technology and ICI, play out in the next 2, 3, 5 years?
It's difficult to say something very exactly, but you saw everybody using now technology, and if you take in consideration just AI, everybody talk about AI, starting with ChatGPT. It's a very fresh idea, but AI it's using starting with 1954 with Alan Turing and the first machine using like something like AI. But when become very easy to use, you have part of AI in your smartphone, and you have your smartphone, your smartwatch, your tablet, your laptop with you every time. Everybody understand what it's about AI. And when you become close with technology, you can understand how you can use in your profit this technology. The same way with blockchain, because become like a very easy way and a very cheap way to have like a cyber security. Mm-hmm. When you use a lot of technology, in the same time you become very vulnerable because a lot of your data are in a lot of device. And if you go further and using like blockchain in all this area, blockchain he give you a traceability, give you validity of the data, give you the way to understand when somebody want to take this information. You are every day with these devices, and I'm sure people understand how we can use blockchain, because blockchain, I tell you, it's a very big, it's a technology with a lot of versatile utilization. It's not just for crypto. Crypto, it's very new, but everybody understand it's money. Okay, money you can take, put today 100 euro and next day you can take 1,000. Everybody understand this. But technology is very versatile and become easy and easy to have all technologies here. People understand blockchain, and if I understand blockchain, first step using for your security, like a cyber security tools. Understand more about this, and in the same time, blockchain become a part of digital art, because NFT, this crypto asset, like in Mika, become an investment, become a digital art, become like a value paper in loan, in financial transaction, everywhere. I think in 3 or 4 years, the technology not start. The technology be our more like 50-70% part of our life.
Mm-hmm. I do have one last question, actually. How proud are you of what you're doing at ICI, and proud to do it with a Romanian partner like this, being one of the first people to actually implement this kind of innovation at the government level, and doing it with a Romanian partner in Elron, now MultiversX. How, is there a sense of pride that you guys are really the pioneers of this at like a national and then international level?
Sure, we are proud because we, like an institute, and me like a person, we are proud because for a researcher it's very important your result recognized by the hour. And with this NFT, first NFT institutional NFT marketplace, we have recognition from entity from abroad, from another embassy for another state, and tell us, oh, was a very nice idea. We promote your idea at our entity using part of blockchain, and they tell us, oh, it was a very nice idea. Yes, I'm proud because I'm not so young, and but I can understand new technology, and it's easy to be in connection with young people. And when you are in connection with young people, and this is like a different story. In our institute, more like 70% are under 30 years, because it's challenging to work with young people, understand digital world better like us old people. And for institute, it's a very good result, and we are proud because after 5 years of fundamental research in part of IT&C, we become a very strong pillar for new technology like blockchain, like AI, like part of cybersecurity. And this is a result of political resilience, and we are very versatile to understand and new technology and put this new technology in our project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, I mean, I really think you should be very proud of what you're doing and what you've accomplished. And I think, yeah, it's been extremely fun to see, be a little bit involved. Now seeing the new Tesla initiative thrive, and then also having a follow-up right away with the air show and bringing that back into the real world. Really amazing to see the work that ICI is doing. So congratulations from me, from us. And thank you so much for taking the time to dive into some of what informs all of this, because I think, extremely interesting. Thank you so much, Mr. Vevera.
Thank you very much, and we keep in touch to promote our new project in part of blockchain.
100%. Thank you so much for taking the time, and talk very soon.
Thank you.